Stories got to do with a huge statement which came in from the Defence Minister, Mr. Rajnath Singh, over the Tawang clash. He said, whether it is Galwan or Tawang, our armed forces have proved their bravery as well as valor. Let's listen in to him.
चाहे गलवान हो तो तवांग, हमारी सेना ने जिस शौर्य और पराक्रम का परिचय दिया है, जिस शौर्य और पराक्रम का परिचय दिया है, उसकी जितनी भी प्रशंसा की जाए वह कम है.
Strong statement coming in from the Defence Minister in defence of the armed forces. This is even as politics has broken out over the issue. The Defence Minister had issued a statement on the floor of the House earlier this week, after the 9th December, when we came to know about details of an incursion between China and India. The Defence Minister had then also defended the armed forces by saying that they had retaliated and pushed back, and no casualties on the Indian side. Ever since that, there has been a lot of criticism coming in of the government, and also a demand inside Parliament that there should be a short duration discussion as far as the Chinese issue is concerned. So far, the government has dodged it by saying that this would compromise with the national security. Tejinder is joining us from Jammu. Tejinder, we have heard those strong words really coming in from the Defence Minister.
Indeed, Pallavi. You see, when the opposition parties are not only targeting our armed forces, the government, and also saying that China has occupied our territory. We heard Rahul Gandhi making a similar charges, Mallikarjun Kharge making a similar charges, and now the Union Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has said that चाहे गलवान हो या तवांग हो, भारत की सेनाओं ने जिस शौर्य और पराक्रम का परिचय दिया है, उसकी जितनी भी प्रशंसा की जाए कम है. That clearly shows the valor displayed by our security forces, especially the army in Galwan. If you remember what happened in Galwan, where we lost 20 of our soldiers 2 years ago, and more number of Chinese soldiers were also killed. On 9th of December, we saw a similar kind of clashes happening in Tawang in Arunachal Pradesh. So luckily there was no loss of life, but there were injuries to the Indian soldiers as well as to the soldiers of People Liberation Army of China. Since then, the opposition parties have been targeting our government. They have been targeting our forces, saying that we heard Rahul Gandhi saying that our soldiers are being beaten by Chinese on the line of actual control. And now the Defence Minister has put the record straight, saying that our army has shown a tremendous courage there in both in Galwan as well as in Tawang, where they have repulsed the Chinese transgression, though both the sides maintain that there is difference of perception where the line of actual control passes, that is either in Ladakh or in the Arunachal Pradesh sector. But our forces have been continuously manning the places which we hold, which are strategically important to us, though the armed forces, our army, gave a befitting response to the PLA.
I'll just come back to you, Tejinder. We've also got the BJP's Mr. R.P. Singh now joining us on the phone line. Mr. R.P. Singh, we also heard Rahul Gandhi's comments yesterday at the press conference, the strong defence really of our armed forces by the Defence Minister. Do you think in the political framework, there are some things which are best not to say or comment on, and I'm talking in the context of Rahul Gandhi's comments on our soldiers?
Well, the problem with Rahul Gandhi is he speaks on behalf of the Chinese Communist Party of China. That's the problem, and then that's why he keeps raising questions on the valor of the soldiers of the Indian Army, which has shown exemplary valor, whether it was in Galwan or whether it is in Tawang. But that's how Congress is, and then it's well known that they have an agreement with each other, the Communist Party of China, the Congress Party of China. That's why no one else knows in the world that China is going to attack. But he speaks that language of China, that we are going to attack India. But our soldiers are ready, and whenever he speaks such language, it demoralizes the soldiers. He tries to demoralize the soldiers, but our army is good and strong enough. They won't get demoralized by such statement of the leader of the opposition or one of the leaders of the opposition. but it's very sad. They for their political objectives bring army, terrorists for their political objectives. They use army and terrorism for their political objectives.
But the defense which comes in from the Congress party and the demand which is certainly coming in from the Congress and other opposition parties is that the government is not being transparent. And if you say that nothing wrong is happening there and India is well prepared, then why not have a discussion inside Parliament?
Well, who walked out of the Parliament discussion? It was they who walked out of the Parliament discussion. Discussion was about to happen, but they created ruckus and they walked out of the Parliament discussion. We all know that day one it was there on the table. But because there's something on the agenda which didn't want it to be discussed, that's why they created ruckus and walked out.
Okay. Thank you very much for joining us. Let me just go across to Major General AK Siwach also. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. The Defence Minister's comment that we are prepared for, whether it was Galwan, whether it's Tawang, our armed forces have always shown exemplary courage. You think in the midst of all that politicking which keeps on happening, it is very important for the morale of our armed forces for a defense minister to make this kind of a comment?
Absolutely, no doubt about it. And this is a fact. Nothing has been spoken which has not actually happened. The bravery shown by the Indian soldier both at Galwan and Yangtze is for the whole world to watch. You know, in Galwan when we lost and about 20 brave soldiers, we killed almost 100 Chinese soldiers and they have to retreat back. At the same time in Yangtze, which is about 17,000 feet height, a strategically very important post, the Chinese has tried 10 times from 86 onward, the time when we took this post. But every time we foiled their attempt and pushed them back. And this time also, that when they tried with 300 soldiers, our 50 brave men has pushed them and hit them hard. So the point is the act of bravery done by the troops and the men of Indian Army is well known, and therefore he want to exemplify, glorify that, so that the whole world knows and the countryman knows, and also the morale of the Indian Army remains up. Because you know what happened is, if there are a number of vices coming, pulling on a different direction from the country, then it affects the morale of the people who are on the line of control or line of actual control. And therefore there is a requirement of giving this sort of hype and to tell the whole country is behind you. And my sincere advice and request to every political party is issue which is concerning the security of the nation, then you must only get one voice. Because remember, it is not only that the soldier get demoralized, the people start doubting their own defense forces. Also, the enemy country makes use of it.
Yes,
so
absolutely. So that's my next question to Major General K.K. Sinha. There's this huge demand which is coming in from the opposition that let's have a debate and discussion on the China issue. You think in terms of sensitive information being divulged on the floor of the House and also national security concerns, it's advisable not to have a discussion on such ongoing developing situation inside Parliament?
Jai Hind and good afternoon to you. Look, what debate? You know, national security and the things, you know, when the people who are on the ground is telling, and everything is to verify. You know, verification today's world where the transparency is everything. What you are going to debate? You know, generally for the national security part, everyone on the same page. What is the opposition? Is a political issue. It is a national security issue. It is something to do with the, you know, we are doing where we are stopping the China, which is loud and clear. The whole, it is in the glare of the whole world. You know, it is not under in a room which has got some restrictions over there. There are people, the people are residing over there. The media is reaching there. Now in this world, what discussion you want to have? You want to have only thing, what you are, people, army should do it. What we should do it,